All right, we're back and we're going to open bonus envelope A. Okay, what do we got?
Okay. Objective number dose. Identify the killer. When you identify the person who murdered Avery and abducted Zoe, visit the website to prove it. After identifying the killer, you'll be provided additional information and your next objective in the case. Okay, hand that to you.
What else?
Okay, this is a letter, I believe, from Jack Paulson. And also, a sheet of paper from the notebook that got taken off.
Torn out.
Ooh.
Okay, let's get these on the computer really quickly and we'll be right back. Whoosh. All right, so we have it here. You want to read this letter first?
Sure. Dear investigator, I cannot thank you enough for helping us identify the accomplice. I know Angie would be impressed that you found that picture of Frank Gardner conspiring with the killer on the Bryson's Tavern website. It sent shivers down my spine when I saw that photo of the twins in the killer's hands. The SWAT team and I acted immediately after receiving your tip about Gardner. We surrounded his apartment with guns blazing, hoping to arrest him and find the killer, Zoe, and my Angie. As soon as I walked through the door, though, I realized we were too late. Frank Gardner was dead.
Oh.
He'd been strangled on his living room floor. Once again, we couldn't find any traces of evidence to identify the killer, but my friend Humberto on the CSI team is certain the markings come from the same hands that took Avery's life. It would be an understatement to say I was relieved after we cleared the apartment and found no signs of Angie or Zoe. The killer must have them both, but who is it? We found Angie's cruiser parked around the back of the apartment, so I'm certain she must have run into the killer there. I hope and pray that she's still alive, but it feels like we're running out of time with this psychopath. Most of Oregon is hiding away inside their homes with the doors locked. We need to find the killer ASAP. The only new clue we have is a page torn from Angie's notebook that Humberto found under the driver's seat of her cruiser. I included a copy of it for you to read, but I'm not sure it can help us. Zoe and Angie are going to die if we don't figure out who the killer is. They need your help and time is running out. Both sincerely and urgently, Jack Paulson.
Oh, man.
Boy, that's sad.
Well, we still don't know his reasoning for giving the information in the first place. But yeah, still.
Sad times.
Okay, I'll read this. Oh, so we have to figure out where this goes in the timeline. Is this 7 a.m. or p.m.? Let's just read it first. Call to Chief Valentine at Washington State Police. Call Chief Valentine in Washington back at 7 per his request. Confirm that all bridges from Oregon into Washington have roadblocks set up as of 7 a.m. Washington State Police have an active serial killer investigation over the border just north of the Davenport Preserve. Lead investigator on that case, Bobby Miller, requested that he run a Washington State background check on Lenny Nelson and to tell Miller I may have some evidence that can help. Interview continued. What else can you tell me about him? Seemed really quiet, kind of creepy and aloof, didn't talk much. What was he wearing? Black hooded sweatshirt. Had some emblem on the chest. It was a logo of... That's it. Yeah, nothing on the backs. Okay, let's figure out where this goes.
I remember there was a section where it says call the Washington Police. Oh, right here. So it is AM.
Okay.
I think. Hold on.
Yeah, we just need to know who this continued. Oh, yeah, it's right there. So, let me find that. I'm gonna over here.
After Frank Gardner. Yeah.
So,
Second
before
page.
this page.
No, because it says he was born in Washington, not a mental institution.
Oh, is this talking about Lenny?
Yeah. This is a logo of the mental institution.
Oh, it was Lenny.
Okay, wait, it's not that easy, is it?
I don't know. Okay, now that I have it here though.
I forget, did we interrogate Lenny?
Yeah. But it was mostly like, yeah, right after this. He's giving information about the cars. Not much else. Okay, hold on. Let me see. Go back to this. Interview continued. So this is a continued interview of Steven.
Mm-hmm.
But what else can you tell me about him, Lenny?
Mm-hmm.
Right? Because they're talking. Wait.
Yeah, talking about Lenny, the
Yeah.
neighbor.
Weird neighbor. Yeah. Okay. Seemed really quiet, kind of creepy and aloof, didn't talk much. What was he wearing? Black hooded sweatshirt, had some emblem on the chest. It was a logo of a mental institution. I mean...
So what's the goal? Identify the killer? So that's what gives us the answer?
I guess?
Okay, but Lenny, why did he use the name Joe?
Yeah, why would he use the name Joe?
Wait, where's Lenny's interrogation?
It should be the next page.
He lived in the house for the past 10 years.
Which, in the newspaper clipping,
Yeah.
10 years of girls going missing.
It seemed too obvious.
Remember had a problem with some hikers?
Oh, is the hiker the girl from the newspaper? Remember they were in the forest?
Yeah, she was really familiar with the woods. Yeah, when we were out hiking. Oh no, Lenny.
No.
Oh, you want to see the site? You want to see the site?
Yeah.
Okay. Okay, identify the killer. Can you identify who conspired with the accomplice to go after the twins at the lake house?
Well, the sweater. Right?
Yeah.
The website? Or what is it? The new
The torn
notebook?
page?
Yeah.
Missing page?
Yeah. Wait, what's the question again?
I think. Oh, you need two. You need two.
Yeah, what's the question again? Just so I want to make sure I don't miss the prompt.
Can you identify who conspired with the accomplice to go after the twins at the lake house? So this time it would be the notebook, right? Because that's how we know who it's talking about.
I was thinking the website and the missing page.
Which website?
The website that shows that he's wearing a hoodie. A black hoodie.
It's also in the description too, right?
No, in
he
the
was
missing
wearing a black
page.
hoodie. Yeah, he was in all black with a hood and gloves.
Okay, so maybe that's the other clue. No, wait, hold on. But to identify the kill, I mean, it's either this or the one on the website, because we knew the black hoodie from the picture of the website. That's how we found out first. And then we remembered this.
I think that's like knowledge we already have coming into this part 2, that he's wearing all black. So then the only way we knew who it's talking about is by putting it back in the notebook, right?
But isn't that indicating by the missing page?
Yeah, the missing page and the notebook.
Well, the missing page is connected to the notebook. Okay, fine.
We can only pick 2.
Yeah, fine.
Okay.
Sure.
All right. Okay, I'm not right. You got one of them right. That's a great sign. Don't give up. No, let's try again. Maybe, yeah, it's not this. It has to be the missing page, right?
I say it's the 911 call or the picture. My first instinct was the picture.
But now
the
the
website.
911 call. It clearly says wearing black.
But we also see it in the picture too. So that also shows that this person wearing all black also was with the accomplice. I think both of them could be an answer, but what are you leaning towards?
It would be this then? The card?
It's either the card, because that's how we know that the killer is wearing all black. Or number 2 would be the transcript of the 911 call, which also shows that he's wearing all black.
Yeah, I'm leaning towards the transcript, but I chose last time, so...
No, let's just go with yours, transcript.
Sure?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Because I think both could be an answer.
Yeah. Ready?
Mm-hmm.
Oh my gosh.
Well, we know for sure the other one is correct because it keeps on saying you have one correct.
Yeah, I think we knew this was the correct one.
Okay, then go with my initial gut.
Okay. This, right?
Yeah.
No.
Huh.
Okay, let's read the missing page again.
Background check on Lenny Nelson, that could help. So I think we need to go back. I know, thick forearms. Just kidding.
So Washington also has an active serial killer on the loose, right? So someone is going across state lines.
North of Davenport Preserve. Maybe
Oh,
this
where's
is
the
where we
map?
look at the
Yeah.
map. Yeah.
So Davenport Preserve is right here.
Mm-hmm. But that's just near the lake house.
Yeah. So he lives near Davenport Preserve.
Well, we already know that there's an active serial killing happening around the lake house, right?
Around the lake. Yeah.
Around the lake. So, I mean, the fact that he lives near there doesn't necessarily, right?
Yeah. Another number. I'm not calling any more numbers.
No.
Requested that he run a Washington State background check on Lenny Nelson.
I think we need to go back to the background check.
But we don't have the Washington one. Oh, he was born in Washington.
And how does Joe play into this, you know? To me, that's like a big clue.
Yeah, that seemed like, oh, Joe, and then we
Yeah.
connected it.
Right.
For sure, this is in the right spot, right?
Yeah.
Because it says a few pages up, call Chief Valentine. Or Chief Valentine's not available now. Call him back at 7.
Yeah.
And it's 7.
Yeah.
And this part matches too. Some emblem, it was a logo of a mental institution.
Is there any other 7 p.m.? Let's see.
Let's see, 7 p.m.
Yeah.
No, it says introduce
Yeah.
himself as Joe something. So there wouldn't be anything in between.
Is there Joe Oh, there is a Joseph Washington.
Oh, you sneaky.
Is the real estate guy.
I'm gonna copy it, leave that one there. Oh man, our hunches were towards him anyways.
Yeah, because I was saying, why Joe?
I actually was thinking, just to check,
Yeah, me too.
the other one, the other 7 p.m.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. They don't remember what the logo is. Let me get back to it.
So maybe, so it's this then.
It is just what it is. Yeah.
Joseph, yeah. I had a feeling because Joe would have been too easy to connect it with Wolf. Joe is like Joseph.
It was a surprise, like Lenny. Why?
Yeah.
Okay, let's just read this now. Introduce himself as Joe Washington.
Yeah.
Okay, and then this. Black hooded sweatshirt, had some emblem on the chest. It was a logo of something. Doesn't remember, but Wally will call me back if he thinks of it.
That's a pretty good twist. I like that
That
so
was
far.
pretty nice, pretty nicely done. They got us. In that case, it is background check, Davis Bateman. Ready?
Yeah.
Ding, ding, ding. Image is not loading. Bateman used his alias Joe Washington at Bryson's Tavern. Now open the envelope marked bonus envelope B for more information and a fresh lead on the case. So actually, we kind of got it right, like right away.
Yeah.
All right, bonus envelope B. Let's open it up. Okay. All right. Objective 3. Find the detective. Oh, yeah.
Ooh. When you know where the killer is hiding from police with a detective, visit this page to prove it. After identifying the killer and finding the detective, you'll be provided with additional information about the case.
All right. Then we have another letter from Jack. What
Yeah.
else?
Oh, and
Oh,
from Zoe, please help us.
okay.
She had time to write it.
All right, let's get these on the computer. All right, let's read this letter. Dear investigator, you did it again, and this time I'm glad to say that your detective work allowed us to save Zoe. I just wish I could say the same for Angie right now. Aw. Using the missing page from Angie's notebook to match the killer's alias with Davis Bateman's background check was a stroke of pure genius. We'd never have gotten a warrant to go after him without you. I wish our rescue was as brilliant, but Bateman was ready for us and heavily booby-trapped his entire house. When the SWAT team and I stormed the building, we were met with a barrage of explosions like nothing I'd seen in 12 years in the Marines. The rest of the team retreated when the first bomb went off, but I pushed into the fire looking for Angie. Amid the chaos, I followed the sound of a woman's voice to the basement, where I found Zoe tied up in the corner. After hoisting her onto my shoulder and turning for the exit, I caught Angie's eyes across the smoke-filled basement. She was standing right next to Bateman, and he was holding a gun to her temple. I froze for an instant, unsure what to do, when Angie screamed out to me, "Get her out of here! Save her! Bring Zoe home!" So I listened to Angie, and as I carried Zoe up the stairs, I turned back to see Bateman lead Angie down into a tunnel in the floor. He followed her down. As soon as I got Zoe to safety and turned back to the house, the entire structure collapsed into a raging inferno. We immediately put the 5-mile radius around his house in complete lockdown, and the Public Works Department soon informed me of a large storm drain pipe that runs right under Bateman's house. It's large enough for a person to escape, but they couldn't travel more than 3 miles from there without coming above land. Okay, that's the map. After the fire was out, I confirmed the tunnel connected to the drain pipe, and I've since explored every inch of that underground system. I'm thankful I didn't find Angie in there, just wish I knew where she was. We can't lock down the area forever, and it's too big to search everywhere. I need your help. Can you please figure out where he might have taken my Angie? I'll be out looking for her. If you think of anything, please let me know. Jack.
Wow.
Wow.
Sounds like an action movie.
Dude, who is this guy? He has like an escape tunnel.
Yeah, no.
Jeez.
Explosives more intense than a 12 years in the Marines.
Oh my gosh. What was his background? It's just like, I don't
Real estate. I guess he's very familiar with the land.
Oh, yeah, that's true. Okay, next letter.
To the hero detective, thank you for saving me from that evil monster, Davis Bateman. I'm still in shock right now, lost, confused, and alone. Someday, after more time has passed, I'll send you another message with deeper appreciation and thanks for what you've done. But that's not why I'm writing you today. Detective Angie Cullen needs your help. Officer Paulson told me how you've been his secret weapon on this case. He says you're half Sherlock Holmes, half Albert Einstein, and he's convinced Angie's fate rests in your hands. I believe him. I don't know where he took Angie, but I wanted to share my experience in case it may help you find her. It all started when Avery and I were at our family cabin on Ashcroft Lake. Avery went upstairs to bed around midnight, and I fell asleep watching TV downstairs. Sometime later, I woke up to a masked man on top of me, covering my mouth with gloved hands. I wanted to yell to Avery for help, but before I could make a noise, he had pinned me down and taped my mouth shut. As he tied my feet together, I looked up the stairs and saw Avery's face. Of course, I'll never forget that moment, the look she gave me. He must have seen her too, because as soon as he finished tying my feet together, he walked upstairs into the room where she was hiding. I couldn't move. I couldn't do anything. I heard a struggle for a few moments, but the noises got quieter until eventually he came back down the stairs alone. I tried to fight as he dragged me out the front door, but I was tied up and could only do so much. Eventually, he stuffed me into his trunk and drove away. When the trunk opened, we were inside a garage. It was Bateman's house, I now know. He put a bag over my head, threw me down a set of basement stairs, and said if I moved even an inch, he'd kill me on the spot. I believed him. Then he shut the door and left me. I had just about given up hope when Bateman suddenly burst through the basement door again with a woman I didn't know, also bound and gagged. He threw her next to me and she hit her head really hard. Her eyes went wide when she saw me and then slowly rolled into the back of her head. It was Angie. As the hours passed, we were able to whisper to each other. I'm not sure how much time went by, but it felt like years. We were planning an escape when the explosion started.
Oh, jeez.
Just after the first blast, Bateman rushed down the stairs with a gun and said he needed a hostage to get to the hideout. As he untied my feet, Angie begged him to take her instead and swore she would get him out alive if he let me go. He agreed. As he led her away from me, Angie kept telling me to run, but the explosions continued and the smoke was too thick. The next thing I knew, I woke up in the hospital. I'm writing to you in desperation. Davis Bateman killed my sister and father. He abducted me and now has Angie hostage somewhere. We need to find where he's hiding her. Please help us. Zoey Gardner.
Okay. So we're looking for a hideout.
Yeah. Well.
I don't know, what else did you get from this?
Just a hideout.
Yeah. Okay, yeah, let's go
What's
to
the
map.
What's the next objective again?
Find the detective.
Oh yeah. Okay.
Okay, so we know it's 3 mile radius. Couldn't have traveled more than 3 miles. And then, yeah, we're looking for a hideout in the storm drain pipe.
So we know this is Bateman's house.
Oh, let me go there.
Yeah.
Okay, so we have the Bateman home. We have the scale here.
Mm-hmm.
This is 5 miles. Let's do a little shape here. Okay, so I think we have a 5 mile radius. I don't know how we're gonna calculate 3 miles, but let's just put that here.
Well, we know that they blocked off 5 miles, but the 3 mile, yes, they have to come up to the land.
Sorry, this is not Bateman's home, right? Or is it?
I thought it was.
Oh, no, you're right. It is. They went to his house, right?
Mm-hmm. I don't know how this map helps. Like, why did they give this to us?
I don't know. Okay, you know what I think? I think we should check his website and see if any addresses are in Fowler or Woodbury.
Okay.
Maybe Fowler, because that seems close, right?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, right here, Coniferous Way.
Coniferous.
Let's read the descriptions. Great for hideout.
Didn't say that. Tunnel access, underground.
Basement, full basement. Right?
Yeah. That's funny.
Okay, I mean, let me just see another house if they have a basement. Let's check this one. Oh, full, partially finished.
I don't think it has to be a basement necessarily. We're just looking for the radius, right?
Yeah, but I mean, if they're in the tunnels, sewer information, municipal, what does that mean?
Oh wait, go back to the Fowler one.
Yeah, this is.
Oh, okay. Is there a Woodbury one?
Oh, sorry, I have to check this. No.
I think you might be right.
Because these are vacant. So he would hide out here, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Do you want to go for it? Okay, which 2 items are needed to find the hideout? We needed the map, but there's 2 of them, right?
Well, choose the Bateman Properties website first. Oh, yeah.
Okay. Roadmap of region.
Yeah, this is roadmap. Yeah.
Okay. And then the card.
No, Bateman Properties.
Oh, website. Okay. Oh, I guess we got it because Coniferous Way.
Ding, 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 ding.
Yeah!
High five, high five. Good job for those following along.
Bateman escaped to the vacant home near his property. Now open the envelope marked bonus envelope C for more information.
Poor Lenny.
I'm sorry we doubted you, Lenny. Even in the beginning of the video, we said it was that guy. Watch, play it back, play it back.
Yeah, I was like, got to be this guy. This one must be the killer.
Oh, it's him. It's definitely him.
And then I said Lenny is too obvious.
He's
it
the
wouldn't
obvious,
be.
yeah.
And then when we thought of when we read the logo of the mental health, we're like, Lenny? Like, no, Lenny. We were like so sad.
It's not you, Lenny. We gotta trust our gut instincts.
Yeah.
Okay, go. Okay, you solved the case.
Congratulations, detectives. Okay, that's it.
Yep. What do we have? Another letter. Oh, from Angie.
Oh, yeah. Voluntary confession.
Okay.
And a photo. That's Angie.
Where is
Maybe
this?
that's Jack Paulson. I don't know. Maybe a clue for another mystery. Dear Detective, I'm not sure what to say, but Zoey Gardner and I are only alive today because of your intelligence and persistence. I cannot thank you enough. And that evil predator, Davis Bateman, will spend the rest of his life behind bars thanks to you. I'd have choked the life out of him myself if I'd just gotten the chance. To be honest, I was a bit worried that Officer Paulson wouldn't be able to track me down. He's more brawn than brains, but he knew enough to get my notebook to a genius like you, and the rest is history. Gotta love a guy who is willing to ask for help when he needs it. Most are afraid to. True. He sure asked for a lot of help now that Sergeant Anders promoted him to detective and he's my new partner. He's coming along and I'm not sure it's great for our personal relationship, but we're still getting hitched next spring. I included a picture of us working a case with Humberto. I understand Zoe and her mother are getting along okay. I can't imagine what they're going through, but I hope time will help bring them peace and strength. Forever thanks, Detective Angie Cullen. P.S. Thought you might be interested to hear that we also caught the serial killer responsible for killing Roxanne Needle and several other women who went missing in Davenport and up in Washington. The Washington State Police matched DNA from one of their crime scenes with some DNA we pulled off Lenny Nelson's hospital ID card, and he wound up confessing to several murders over the course of the last decade.
It was Lenny. Oh, Lenny. Oh.
No. That's really sad. I guess the 10 years did make sense, but that's sad.
And the hiking where we connected.
Yeah.
Oh,
how sad.
Okay.
Lenny tricked us. Voluntary confession. Full name, Davis Bateman. My name's Davis Bateman and I killed Avery Gardner. I also killed Frank Gardner, kidnapped Zoey Gardner, and abducted Detective Cullen. It was never supposed to come this far. I had no intentions of killing anyone. The plan, which Frank Gardner and I came up with together, was supposed to play out differently, but things got out of hand quickly, and I wish I'd never gotten involved in this deal. I met Frank Gardner a week ago at his ex-wife's home in Davenport, 5 Lakeshore Drive. I came to the door because I was interested in buying the land it sat on. Frank said he'd sell in a heartbeat, but was no longer the owner. His ex was, and she'd never sell. Apparently, she says the fond memories it holds are priceless. It's hard for me to take no for an answer, and I jokingly asked him what the price would be if it held some not-so-fond memories too. That's when the conversation took a darker tone. I could make millions developing there, and Frank needed cash in a bad way. We met a couple more times and came up with a plan. No one should have gotten hurt. We, or rather I, would just spook the family a bit, make them feel their safe haven was anything but. Then they'd sell to me, and I'd pay Frank a very generous rate to demolish the house. The plan was to tie up the girls and scare them a little. We figured a few hours of fearing for their lives is all it would take to put a stain on those priceless memories. That's all that was supposed to happen, and it would have worked if Avery hadn't ruined everything. I had to kill her because she fought back. That girl wouldn't give up, and strangling her was the only way I could stop her. I knew Frank would go straight to the cops if I killed his other daughter too, so I took her back to my house as a bargaining chip. I met Frank at his apartment and made him a fair offer. Keep his mouth shut or lose the other daughter. I didn't like his counteroffer, and our negotiations fell apart, leaving me no choice but to take him out too.
Oh my gosh.
Just after I finished with him, who knocks on the door but some snoop detective? I hid in the closet when she kicked the open door, and I snuck up behind her while she was trying to revive Frank. I thought she might also be worth more alive than dead, so I brought her to my basement with the other girl. I had some time to prepare before the SWAT team arrived, and fortunately those preparations bought me just enough time to escape to one of my nearby vacant homes with a detective as a hostage. I was going to keep her alive in the shed for a few weeks until I was ready to make my run to the border, but that plan went out the window as soon as the SWAT team stormed the house. I don't know how you tracked us to that vacant building, but I guess it doesn't matter. Oh my gosh, isn't that so obvious though? If only that blasted girl hadn't fought back. No one would have gotten hurt, and I would have gotten my lakefront property. It's a shame what happened. Those condos would have been beautiful. Wow. Heartless.
That's hard thinking about.
Wow. Full screen or no?
The city of Portland breathed a sigh of relief tonight as police apprehended a killer and rescued one of their own, Detective Angie Cullen. The rescue marks the conclusion of an extraordinary situation that seems more appropriate on a Hollywood movie screen than on the streets of Oregon. It began several days ago when real estate developer Davis Bateman murdered 19-year-old Avery Gardner. He also kidnapped her twin sister Zoe from their family's lake house in Davenport. Lead investigator, Detective Angie Cullen, was hot on the trail when she too was abducted by the killer. Police tracked them to a mansion in Woodbury where a massive firefight ensued between Bateman and the SWAT team. Officers saved Zoey Gardner, but Bateman escaped using Detective Cullen as a hostage. That's when an independent investigator led police directly to Bateman's hideout, where they were able to rescue Detective Cullen and arrest Bateman for murder. Later in the program, we'll have an interview with Officer Jack Paulson, who explains how the case was solved using his secret weapon, an independent investigator who helped police solve the case.
Oh look, the circle that you drew matches exactly on the website. It's funny. Oh, did it say storm drain on the listing? No, it wouldn't say that. Would it?
Oh, I didn't even see this picture. But I was saying it needed some access. But there it is. Alright guys, that's it for this video. We solved the case. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and we'll see you next time.